to July's Kitchen. Today I'm going to do a little demonstration for you guys about the foods that we eat, and just to give you a little bit of visual about what goes on in your digestive tract after you eat foods that are not high in water content, as opposed to when you eat foods that are high in water content. So the reason why this is important is because all of us, we all have years and years of fecal matter backed up in our digestive tracts. So this is something that we all really need to work on, because these things are the root cause of what's making people have disease today, you know? So we don't want to block our nutrients from being absorbed in the intestines. There's so many vitamins and nutrients and minerals that we could be getting in, but it's so hard for our digestive tracts to absorb these because of the simple fact that we've got so much buildup from the way we typically eat. Now, if you are a person who has been eating well for years, then this does not apply to you. But for most people who, after they reach their 40s and 50s and 60s, they're beginning to have problems with blood pressure, diabetes, and anything similar to this, all the commonalities that people experience at these ages, then this applies to you. So you want to be careful about the types of food you choose, and even especially the time of day. I would say you'd want to have your largest meal midday. In the morning, your body is still working on foods you may have even had the day before by trying to eliminate them. And then midday, your body is ready to digest all over again. Toward the evening, it's ready to kind of get back into rest. So that would be a lighter meal, no later than like 6 or 7 p.m. preferably. Hopefully you're in bed by 10 so that your body can work on everything that you've eaten before, as well as healing itself without any interference from you. Just rest. Sound rest. Okay, so I went to the dollar store and I purchased a few things that people typically like to eat. This is like a little chicken biscuit. And I know that sometimes when people are on the run, they tend to go to like fast food restaurants and grab a breakfast, or they may even buy this for their own freezer and use it as a quick meal because we're always on the go. But I got this little potato masher. I talked about this in one of my prior videos, guys. This is a great demonstration of what it's like when we eat our foods and expect to be able to digest and eliminate it the same day. Not really gonna happen. Now, as most of you know, we don't wanna drink water with our meals because it interferes with the digestive juices in your stomach. So just as a word of advice, pick up some chewable enzymes or some sort of digestible enzymes that you can take at mealtime. That's going to give your stomach a little help, because things just tend to be more off balance because of the foods we eat, and we're not giving ourselves enough of a head start, especially when we start off dehydrated. So this is going to represent just a little bit of the digestive juices and maybe the saliva when you eat. It's not much. It's just a little. So I'm going to pour just a little first, and then I'm going to mash it up. And then after that, I'm gonna pour some more. So there's the bread. Most of us like to eat bread with our meals. Now we're getting through the chicken. This is where your teeth is supposed to be doing most of the work, right? You ever hear people who talk about living to a good old ripe age of in their 90s or even in their 100s? And they always talk about how the key is really chewing their food. See this chicken here? How hard it is to get it to really separate. And it's different, you know, it's different when it's in your teeth, but still. So we're mashing that up a little bit, right? So then when it's in your mouth, of course, you'll have a little more saliva when you're eating. Not much. So with this, you got a nice little mushy thing going on here. A lot of us love to eat bread with our food. And I've been telling you guys a lot about how, I mean, you know, you guys know the story on carbs. That ain't nothing new. Most of them are not good for us, the kind that we have available to us. We have to really search out what would be healthier for us, healthy carbs, and ones that don't have, you know, that aren't genetically modified. Okay, so just imagine this trying to go down. It doesn't even want to come all the way off of the masher here, the little potato masher here. So this is how it goes in your stomach. And once it reaches your stomach, it may have a little help from the acid in your stomach. So we're gonna add just a little bit, just a few more drops. So the stomach goes in and it produces, there's enzymes and everything that go to work, and more enzymes that go to work once it reaches your intestines. So anyway, so once you do that and you try to digest that, the same way it's sticking to this little potato masher is the same way it tends to stick to your insides, as well as what's already there. Whatever buildup is already there, you know, just imagine it being like a pipe system. After so many years, you're gonna have buildup. You're gonna have buildup in your water and your pipes in your home. So it's the same thing with your body. Unless you clean it out regularly, you're gonna be dealing with all kinds of food over the years, and toxins and poisons and things that you smell when you go to the bathroom, right? And sometimes you can even smell them on your breath, especially in the morning. That's all from what's already inside of you. But this is what you have inside of you, trying to make its way through your body. So, yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. I'll never forget when I got my first hydrocolon therapy, the colonic. She said, "Oh, girl, you got a rock garden going on in here." I was like, oh, God. But you guys know what that's like. When you go to the bathroom and it's not wholly solid, it may come out in clumps and pieces. You're having little things like this going on inside of you. Little pieces plopping out. So And then if you add like pasta to the mix, this is a pasta with meat in it. So I'm not even gonna do that because I did the meat with the bread. But now we're gonna move that over to the side. But guys, just imagine if you had fruit instead. What if you'd had fruit? Now most fruit, when you eat it whole, you're not gonna have like this you know, water or syrup in it to help you. So I'm gonna pour that out. And these are pears. I love pears. These are pears. Just a little something I got from the dollar store just for demonstration purposes. This, guys, this is why fruit goes straight through your system. It doesn't really need much digesting because once you chew it with your teeth, and I was making that point earlier about older people who say the secret to living longer was chewing and chewing and chewing their food before they swallow it down. So you want to chew your food up really good, like I'm trying to do here with this potato masher. These are diced pears, so when you're chewing, obviously you're gonna mash it up way more than this. But you can see this consistency here. It's way different than what we had there with that chicken and bread. And that's a staple that people have in their homes. They're always eating meat and carbs together. So yeah, this fruit, as you can see, is so much easier to break down, and I can't even hardly scoop it up and like I was able to do with the bread and the meat. So this, and then you have, you know, a little bit of your digestive juices and the saliva in your mouth when you're doing fruit. But you see how it comes out? You see that? Fruit doesn't really need to go through much of the digestion process because it really doesn't need to be broken down once you chew it and eat it. So I just wanted to give you kind of like a little visual to help you see what really goes on when you're eating food. So yeah, but when we're eating fruit and things that don't have to be heavily digested, or even foods that are high in water content as opposed to solid clumps, that's what your body has to work with. So I just wanted to give you guys that visual. Try to make healthier choices. You know, look up things that are high in water content and just start to make, we want to do things that are going to benefit our bodies the older we get. So I hope this helps somebody today. I hope it brought food for thought to your brain, because I know you probably weren't thinking about this, but it's so important to make sure that we keep cleaned out and keep things flowing in order for us to have longevity with our health. Okay, so I hope you guys have a good day. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up for watching. And please leave a comment below. If you would like for me to do any specific topics or anything like that, you can feel free to let me know. I can be reached also at info@jWellness.com. All right, have a wonderful day. colons are loaded with a repulsive, noxious sludge, the result of an improper diet and a toxic environment. This putrid goo sticks to the wall of the colon, boosting our body weight. Even worse, it releases its foul contents into our blood, poisoning our entire system. The result? A nation of bloated people who lack energy and mental clarity. The unnamed toxins are powerful indeed, causing, we are told, ailments ranging from asthma, allergies, and prostate problems to cancer, heart disease, and an impaired sex drive.